listen. I'm trying not to make this video too long, this stream too long, right? IMU has finally arrived, man, and I might just hop straight into reading it, you know, like I usually do sometimes. I might just hop straight into reading the chapter. But this week I haven't been spoiled by anything. I didn't get spoiled by anything. And you know, sometimes I get a little spoiler here and there. I mean, I did get spoiled by one thing, right? And it's somebody that I know who don't even read the manga, never talks about it. Randomly, he's asking about some, you know, the spoilers that he saw, if they real or not. I was like, oh man, it's over. He said, did they really show Imu's face? He looked like King with this and this and that. He gave a description. I'm like, oh boy, why would he do that? I think it's gonna be real. I think it's real. I mean, I already did, like, on my way to YouTube to start this stream, I saw somebody's thumbnail with a dude that looked like that. So now I already know now. That's crazy. It's like I wasn't even like worried about avoiding it at that point. But anyway, listen. Let me read this, right? Hopefully I don't get copyright. I'm gonna jump right in here, man. Chapter 179. Norona Imu descends. And we knew that Imu's family name is Norona. That's not new information. That's not news, right? But we got the cover page with Ace and Yamato leading boar piglets on a hike down the wetlands. And Tama's there. Okay, yeah, I forgot her name. But anyway, listen. They're confused too. They said Great Imu. Did I hear that right? Like, damn. Imu's going down to the lands, man. The lands below. They're talking right now in Sacred Mary Joie, the Hall of Power. So yeah, Imu's not even in the same room as the five elders. And Imu's talking to the five elders. They said, you don't mean to go to Elbaf, do you? Please don't. Please don't do this. You mustn't descend to the lower world. I think Mars said that. He said, no, you must not. You cannot go. Okay, Garland said, do not be so smug and secure. Do you think that the Holy Land can remain safe forever? He said, Garling, with Shamrock's return, it seems that the situation is quelled. But the lower world's plan to starve us out still continues. Dignity and power will not fill our stomachs. What can we do on our own? What we need right now is the military might to keep the rest of the world under our thumb. And there's the former Navy headquarters. The former Navy headquarters. Are they talking about They gotta be talking about you know, where Ace died at, because that base, the headquarters got destroyed. I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly. So they got to be talking about that. Hold on, let me take a sip of water. Hold on. So Garland starts mentioning a Navy headquarters, like as a thing. Former Navy headquarters. He gets cut off by Dindin Mushi. And somebody's talking. They said, Garland, where's all the food? This isn't very celestial dragony. Oh, this is York. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy how I didn't even think of that. Like they are getting starved out. York went with them to become a celestial dragon. She don't got no food. So they actually are This is, I guess, confirmation that the revolutionary armies plan to like cut off their food reserves and starve them out. It's been working. It's been going strong, you know. That's what that means. It's been working really good. It's been going strong. Okay. So yeah, and they've just referred to it as the lower world's plan too. So it's not like they're exclusively pointing out the Revolutionary Army and Dragon. But then she said, yeah, this isn't very celestial dragony. He said, I warned you about this, York. The Holy Land is under a food shortage, and one of the things that can break the siege is the Mother Flame. If you want to live like a celestial dragon, then hurry up and produce energy for us. And she's in a power plant down, I guess, in the basement, I guess, whatever, right? They got a labo phase in Mirijois now, apparently. And she's down there trying to make power for them, I guess unsuccessfully so, even though we see what looks like a mother flame inside of this like thing back here, right? Inside of this vat. But apparently it's not the real deal yet. It's not the full thing yet or whatever, right? But anyway, she's crying. She said this wasn't part of the deal. Needless to say that your original form, Vegapunk, is one of the rebellious forces that arrayed against us. Consider this a way for you to take responsibility for yourself. So he's enslaving York, basically. She's a celestial dragon, but she basically just became a free slave for the celestial dragons, right? Basically. But Garland sat down. He said it's been one disaster after another, and it all started after the arrival of Nika. Is this coincidence or fate? Be that as it may, Great Emu, you should not leave Pangea Castle. We can send the Navy admirals from headquarters to Elbaf. Okay, and it says, no, just count the number of situations we're dealing with right now. There's too much going on. That's what the bald dude said. Venus Juro? Yeah. And Valkyrie is about to say. He said, then we should head into the field again. Okay, talking about the 5 elders, right? Emu said, this is no longer coincidence, Valkyrie. Arrogance, sloth, detachment, pride casteth away these things at once. All is preordained. And he's thinking of Rocks. I will be back. He's like Rocks, that he gonna come back one day, right? Okay, he's thinking of all these people, like all the or I guess he's not thinking of them specifically. Maybe he is, right? Maybe he's thinking of each of these people specifically, but some of this stuff that happened, there's no way Emu could have seen it unless Emu has actually kind of been watching through the shadows. I know that's gonna make a bunch of theories for people, but I think this is not Emu's thoughts. This is like Emu says what he says, and the scene, like, you know, because we got the separation bars. It's like a flash. I don't even know what type of scene you would call it or what it would be called, but it's just a scene, I guess, showing what Emu's talking about, what he's referring to. Like all the things that have been kind of preordained. You'll have to search the whole world. It seems Neptune had a daughter. They stole the devil fruit. Shanks got the Gumu Gumu no Mi. What is in Elbaf? You know, Harold did all his stuff. We found out the pirate captain in the mists. He is Loki, Harold's son. Oh, so Emu was directly just saying that. Oh, so Emu was directly just saying that. Last chapter. He was directly just telling us. And now it makes sense. You were the beast. Like, so it doesn't matter how many years ago it was. Loki was doing that shit. He was destroying world government ships and stuff. But like, I mean, it's crazy. Like he could have kept doing it. He could have been doing it still. He probably didn't want to go too far because of, you know, he didn't want to aggravate the powers that took his father over, you know, i.e. Emu, right? AKA Emu. He didn't want to like upset or make Emu start trying to target him directly, so he was just doing what he could from the mist. And then he was doing it in the mist, like Harold, similar to Harold. Harold was in the mist attacking ships, so maybe Loki did it like that on purpose. So then we got Whitebeard protected him. Who is it? Monkey D. Luffy. Who was that? Marshall D. Teach, showing all the people that are preordained to have something or do something. Nefertari D. Lilly, Joy Boy, Davy Jones. Okay, yeah, he's chopping stuff up. Still, you continue to torment Mu. I desire Vivi. Okay, Emu. Yeah. Then like he flashes to, maybe he was thinking about all these events directly. Then, like I said, I think it's just showing, you know, what he's talking about. He's referring to all of this. Some of these are his memories too. He's chopping up the picture of Blackbeard and Luffy while he's yelling out Joy Boy, Davy Jones. You know, he's cursing them. You still continue to torment me. And then, you know, we in that flashback. I desire Vivi. So we're gonna find out that this dude, he might tell us some stuff later. I don't know, but he said it all began long before this. That's from the last sentence. Everything's like, what did he say, preordained or whatever? I forgot what term he used, but anyway. He said, the Holy Land I leave to thee. But it said, but great Emu, in the lower world you are. In the lower world is his true form revealed. What's going to happen? Like, is that what they mean? It's like they're trying to say something. In the lower world you are. They said, we do not have the right to stop the Great One, but still, if great Emu leaves this castle, no need to say it, we all know. It is by the Great One's design. None of us can prevent it. And then it's fizzing out. Uh-oh. Dang, we see a lot of stuff on the red line. Okay. They got us back in Elbaf. Howard and Stanson, Western Village, Sunworld. Look at this. One of the demons was trying to put himself together again, so. Oh shit. I don't know. Oh, one of the demons, she has Summers. He said, ah, god damn it, not again. And he's still alive. Look, it's like a magnet. It's scary. Not half as scary as you. They got him tied up and stuff. You said your name was Gerd. I'll remember that. You better watch yourself, because I'll personally see to it that you experience a miserable death, you wretch. Okay. And the little fat dude, what's his name? Stanson. You should look at this too. And then they got him. Is he holding Zoro? Zoro? No. Zoro's on Hardin's shoulder. I don't know what he's holding. Oh, he's holding a metal heart. He's holding that metal heart that he had. They said, huh? A steel heart. Does that mean if we destroy this, they won't be able to go back to normal? All right. And then, oh, so is that the secret? They have a core. And I guess he figured out, oh, so now it's different. It's even different now. Like, they have a core. I'm pretty sure we've seen these dudes get chopped up to the point where the area where this steel heart could have been was already destroyed. You know what I mean? Or does it only reveal? I don't know. Like, there's something to that. But And now they found out that they can just destroy the steel hearts to kill these dudes, and that kind of fits with my theory. Like they've been imbued with Emu's power, and they have these hearts to keep them alive because their old bodies probably, I mean, their regular hearts and all that sort of stuff probably decayed long ago, something like that. I don't know, because they're using their lifespan to get the power in the first place. So their hearts could have like died out a long time ago. So they have fake hearts to keep them living longer than humans normally can, because their real heart already would have died long ago. Because lifespan entanglement, right? Lifespan entanglement, yeah. But hold on, wait. Let me take another sip of water real quick. So we're at the Walrus School. We're back at the Walrus School, right? They found the steel heart, but we're back at the Walrus School, okay? Usopp, Brooke, hang in there. Somebody yelling that out. Oh, that's Frankie. Super. They've got broken bones. Super. Maybe I should cyborgerize them. Damn. Yo, and they like, when he said that, they got like, they kind of like made the reaction like, oh shit, like they're not saying anything, but like you see like the little marks from their head, like they notice something. Even though they're knocked out, they subconsciously probably like, what the hell? I think that's what that is. Unless, yeah, I think that's what that is. Or is he hitting them? I don't know. I think that's what's going on right there. But Jinbei said, where's Chopper? Okay, we got what's his name? Oh, they strung up Killingham. They strung parts of him up in trees. He said, I'm going to personally remember your name, Sanji, for revenge. Now say mine. He wants to turn him into his rival. He said, I forget. Pal. And then we got Emu trapped in a block of ice, right? I mean, not Emu, Gunko, right? Okay. Okay, so now Loki asked, what's her name? Lilith, why is the school frozen? She said, it's not. I merely sapped all its heat energy. I mean, so it's frozen, basically. You're right. School, he said, school food's frozen solid. Don't even taste good. Luffy all passed out food. I've got to give some to Usopp and Brook. Said, not until you get back to normal. Luffy said, hey Loki, that bad guy you froze, is she dead? It's a flash freeze. It won't be fatal, but only this guy can melt the ice. Don't worry, they're not going anywhere. Okay. Nami's still making it rain. She's making it rain. Oh, and then a blast of dark energy in the form of a pillar similar to what we've seen on God Valley when I think it was a clash. It was an attack that they hit Emu with, or vice versa, some shit like that. But we've seen this pillar like flash before. Are the elders? Whoa, are the 5 elders and Emu pulling up? Or like, because there's multiple pillars happening here. Hold on, what's this? So it looks like black smoke to people, apparently. I thought it was gonna be like hockey or like energy, but it looks like black smoke. But it's like a violent smoke. They said, what's that? That ain't just black smoke. And 3 other pillars popped up. Boom, 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 whoa. They said, huh? Look in the sky. Oh shit, he encaged, he pulled, yo, listen. This confirms the idea that this was just the Dressrosa, and some of the arcs that Oda has done are literally to mirror future events. In some ways, right? In some ways. I'm not saying he just did that all over the place with every arc and every single thing in the arc, right? But this is on some Dressrosa stuff. We got the ruler, who's not really the ruler, and then we got this guy trapping people in cages, and people were getting flipped. Like, you know, with the other girl, she was turning people into puppets and stuff, right? Was her name Sugar? Like, oh man, there's a couple of, like, we're gonna have to talk about that in that video. Not right now. But whoa. Emu's making a big ass magic circle in the sky, connecting those pillars. I guess those are the circles that have been placed around before. Or is this how he just looks when he summons himself to the lower world? Oh, he has his own. Yo, he has his own evil. Yo, him and Nika are like direct rivals. I'm convinced right now. Him and Nika are direct rivals, and they have. I didn't even see any. All I'm seeing is his heartbeat. It's like boom, boom. It's probably like an evil Nika drum. Boom, 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 boom. It's probably some evil Nika drum. Maybe it's bass like boom, 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 boom. And the houses are coming alive, yo. This is crazy. And then they drone, boom, boom, boom. Yo, they all sitting there laughing and dancing, evil houses and shit. Yo, he's turning like the world evil. Is that what they were trying to say? When you go down to the lower world, he becomes, oh shit, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know what, it's like some evil Nika stuff. This is evil Nika. This is the real evil Nika. Is this why? Oh, yo, this is why Elbaf has two different stories about Nika. The Heart of Drums. He's probably gonna, oh man, let's keep going. So the drums are still going boom, boom, boom. The forest is going crazy. Uh-oh. The whole fucking village is engulfed in a circle. Oh my god, hold on, bro. And he's summoning it because, okay, this is what I was thinking. I didn't even get a chance to say it, but like, he's gonna use that summoning circle, but since he's the one being summoned, it's like a bigger circle that's like, oh, it's just wild right now. And he just blasts out the sky, and Luffy's about to have to square off with the dark version of himself for the most part. So he's blasting out the sky now. The lightning is blasting out the sky, right? It's a lot of hockey. This is hockey, blasting out the sky, hitting the castle. The castle's about to explode. It looks like from the hockey. All the kids pass out. All the Elbaf kids pass out. The only people who can like stay awake are like, looks like the Elbaf warriors, right? And like the Straw Hat crew. If Nami doesn't pass out, we know what the deal is already. We know what that means. Okay, was that from the castle? That's the same hockey from before, so they felt this. Yeah, they felt the same hockey, right? That's the color of the Supreme King. Okay, inside Aurist Castle, throne room. Emu's down here coughing and breathing and shit. Is this why the Celestial Dragons wear bubbles over their head? Because this dude starts breathing in the air, and he's getting all like sick. He's getting all sick looking, and then some wings blast out his back. The Lunarian race, the people who used to be the kings and the rulers of the Red Line. Or is it gonna be like some new race? Or is it just devil wings? It's devil wings, ain't it? I did see. Whoa, hold on, bro. Whoa. Okay, so listen. The Great One. You mean in person? Someone's up there on top of the castle. Does he have a fucking He has like a, oh shit, bro. This dude looks crazy, dude. Is that a tail? That's a tail. He has a super long tail. That's the tail that was chasing Sabo around. And he can obviously transform into like some shadow beast, possibly. Blood on his mouth. Holy shit. King of the world, Saint Nerona Imu. So he definitely has brown skin, white hair. He doesn't exactly look like evil Nika, but he has dots all over his body. Yo, this dude looks crazy. So, I mean, creator of the world government, one of the first 20 powers. Power, the devil fruits. Wait, what? Oh. No, his power is the devil's fruit. So he is just the devil, basically, right? This is crazy. So Imu is basically the devil. Obviously, he's the creator of the world government, right? One of the first 20. We know that Imu was the one who installed the world government with those 20 kings back in the day when they defeated Joy Boy during the Void Century. But my question is, the reason why he wasn't able to do his plan earlier is possibly because Nika existed as well. Nika was fighting him probably forever, or he just never could win. And then when Joy Boy came around, Joy Boy only lasted for 100 years before he got betrayed. The devil's fruit. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. Someone's up there on top of the castle. It's Nerona Imu with the devil's fruit. That's the end of the chapter. That's the end of the chapter. He has these he looks like a Zelda character a little bit. He looks like a Zelda character a little bit. But like, damn. Damn. This is crazy. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we know everything is going to be connected at some point because the history is repeating itself. We already, they just said that this chapter too, so yeah, history is repeating itself. You say you think the One Piece is like the Deku Tree out of Zelda? In what way? Oh boy, the devil's fruit. I feel like that kind of like encompasses the fact that he's just a kind of a devil in general, man. I mean, a lot of people thought Imu would be a woman. I was never completely sold on that because I would even still say he sometimes. I would say he, and then I'd be like, okay, or maybe she, whatever. But like, we don't, you know. I always thought that he could be a guy, but now we know for sure. That was always my biggest thing I said. We don't really know. We got to find out. Man, this is crazy. Like, I could have like tons of theories about this and like ideas, but like, man. He has 3 skulls around him. I thought at first, when I heard those the drums, like, you know, he's like a dark Nika. Yeah, I've seen those, I've seen the pictures of female Imu, yeah. I've seen them. Now people they gotta scrap them all. It was a good run. It was a good run. It was a good dream. It was a good dream. But this is what we got. I mean, this dude's cool as fuck, though. Like, whoever this dude is, he's cool as fuck. So, you know, it's all right. He reminds me of a Zelda character because of all the tattoos, especially because he has an eye tattoo on his wrist, on his back of his hand, and all those dots. Yeah. I mean, I'm into a lot of them. I'd say all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I cover Bleach on my channel. I do Boruto videos on my channel, even though I kind of don't like Boruto all the way. I still read it because, you know, I like Naruto, so I still talk about Boruto, even if I don't want to. But yeah, Berserk, just, you know, a lot of shit. There's more shit I need to make videos on. That like when JJK was in Modulo, when that came out, I was a little bit late reading it, but then I started reading it when it was almost over. I knew already in advance it wasn't gonna last that long, but I never, like, I should have hurried up and read it so I could do videos on it. I'll still probably do just one video on it, talking about the whole series and stuff like that. Who's your favorite baddie from there? Yeah, Bleach. I mean, they all got it, man. They all got it. Like Rangiku, what's her name? Yeah, they all got it. Like Harry Bell. I forget it. I forget her last name. Harry Bell. There you go. There you go. What was she? The number 5 of spotted? I'm tripping. The shark. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Childhood manga. I mean, I wasn't exactly reading manga when I was a little kid. Like, so I don't know if I can answer that. But I got a lot of favorite mangas. One of my favorite mangas is Berserk. Okay, let me just say that. Number 3, yeah, number 3. Yeah, she got it. Oh man, like this picture of this demon is still on my screen, and I'm just thinking about it again. Like, yo, let me go back and look at this scene again real quick. Like, from the magic circle, like Nami didn't pass out, bro. You know what that means. You know what that means. I wonder what Oda's, listen, stuff like that, right? Oda doesn't, he's probably not going to talk about it. Okay, wait, hold on, wait, my bad. She's there before the hockey exploded, so that's different. Okay, that's different. Fairy Tail? Yeah, I like Fairy Tail, but you know, that's like the most anime of anime. You know what I'm saying? It's all the tropes. Nobody dies. There's a bunch of shipping stuff and bullshit like that. You know, it's like, you know, it went on for too long. Like, yeah. It's all the tropes, super tropey. But everybody got the tragic backstory. But yeah, I liked it. I like Fairy Tail. It is what it is, but I like it though. Ninja Scroll is nice. That shit is really good. Ninja Scroll, and then damn, there's some other shit that was kind of similar. I can't remember the name. I forget. But yeah, I seen Ninja Scroll. Yep. Man, usually like after I read the chapter, I go through, I take all my screenshots, and I talk about the chapter like I'm making the video, because you know I make the video live usually, so I save time. But this time I might just trim the stream up. I'm gonna trim the stream up and just turn that part into a video. I might not take the screenshots. I don't feel like doing that. I got something to do after this, so I might not have time to take a bunch of screenshots and then make a video on the stream. Usually I do that though. So I'm kind of doing it in reverse. But I guess I do need to, hold on, let me, bear with me, right? I might have to say something because I want to trim it out too, so I could like add it into the video. So let me try to think of like the last thing I could say about emu, I guess, right? I don't know. I really don't know, honestly, but I'm gonna think of something because okay, let me just start from the first page, right? Let me look at the first page and say something, right? Look at this, right? So the fact that as soon as emu pulled up and you hear what sounds like drums beating and music playing, that's obviously a connection to Nika and Joy Boy. And like I said earlier, I feel like instantly I felt like this is why Elbaf has two different stories about Nika. This is why I feel like they have two different stories about Nika. And I thought, you know, as I was scrolling through reading this, I thought, okay, he might look like Nika, but he doesn't look anything like him outside of having white hair. That's about it, white hair. But that's a Lunarian trait. So like, is Nika gonna be a Lunarian? I know Joy Boy wasn't, right? Because he's after Nika. He was, you know, back then during the Void Century. But Nika, the one who predates Joy Boy and Luffy, the first one, who, you know, the model of the fruit, he might be a Lunarian too. And the reason why Emu never was able to create the world government, like they, you know, say in this chapter, he's the creator of the world government, right? He wasn't able to do that before because Nika had him in check the whole time. Nika was basically his rival. Joy Boy was only able to like fight him for 100 years, right? The Void Century started 900 years ago, but it ended 100 years after that. So 800 years ago, the world government was founded, right? Technically, right? So, yeah, I feel like, you know, obviously it's gonna come full circle, man. We're gonna see this shit. This is like, he has like dark Nika powers. This devil fruit. Are we gonna find out the secret to Luffy's fruit? Is it gonna be some like, is it gonna be opposite of the devil? I mean, he's already a god, right? So yeah, I guess that's it right there. Sun god Nika, and then the devil Nika, maybe, I don't know. We're gonna find out. But I noticed his wings disappeared. We don't see his wings when he's sitting up on his roof. I don't really see him back there. Yeah, devil can be considered a god. This is about perspective. But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, that's what I'm saying, that like they share that trait. So if they're both Lunarians and one of them's a god, one of them's a devil, they're both still of the same race. One's just a god, per se, you know, other one's a devil. But you know, it's kind of crazy. Oh, look at this guy. No one gives a fuck. But yeah, God, devil, yeah, it's a perspective thing sometimes. Sometimes it can be, you know, dependent, like I said, dependent. It can be completely separate. But I think, yeah, there's a connection there, man. The drum beat of his heart when he got summoned, and all that music or whatever. That I think that's a clear connection to Nika. Like, there's no way it's not. You know what I mean? Instead of the drums of liberation, those were the drums of like subjugation. The drums of subjugation. The drums of imprisonment. Like it's kind of crazy, man. It's crazy. And the steel heart thing, I wasn't too far off on the steel heart thing. They need those hearts, but it's kind of weird. Like, well, it's not weird. I guess Oda he never told us the full truth, right? I know a lot of people are gonna say he probably moved the goalpost because now you got to destroy a core. Like they got a core inside of them. You got to destroy the steel heart. The drums and suppression, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like he just didn't reveal the full truth. So he had a lot of room to include a particular answer on how to kill the Holy Knights. And he made it this. They got a steel heart inside of them. But what would that say? You know, what about like Shamrock? He wouldn't need one. He was young. Oh, but what if it's like I said, right? What if his old heart and body deteriorated because he has to trade his lifespan? So his old heart stopped working, and before that happens, they give you a fake one so you can have an immortal body with a undying heart sort of situation, right? Because even if you're immortal, I guess, like, because their immortality was technically because they can't be killed. It wasn't the type of immortality that's like eternal youth, or like, you know, you just live forever. It's the type of immortality where you just can't be killed. The living forever part comes from the steel heart being inside of them, is what I'm thinking. Because, you know, there's different forms of immortality. So that they didn't know mortality. They couldn't die. But the heart makes them live forever. So now you can live forever while you don't die. Yeah, you know what I mean? There you go. I think that's what they're doing right here. I like it. But I was not expecting that shit. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I might head up out of here soon, man. I can't think of nothing else to, like, you know, look at. I kind of looked at everything. I need another sip of water. I've needed another sip of water for a minute now. I was ignoring the water. Okay, well, I'm good now. Killingham tried to make himself Sanji's rival. Sanji was like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like, I don't want nothing to do with that, man. My only problem with the steel heart, I guess, is the idea that you telling me that none of the other attacks, Garland chopping them up into tiny, tiny pieces, none of these attacks, like, and it looked like maybe I got to go back. Maybe I have to go back because Oda, maybe he was thinking of it the whole time. But I feel like we've seen them chopped up in all these different parts of their body. And the heart should have been exposed technically, right? Because, like, if you get chopped up in your chest, or half of your body just gets, like, eviscerated and erased, and we see it rebuilding, like with Gunko, her whole top half got exploded by Usopp's thing, and then her body regenerated. It didn't, like, you know, there were no pieces to, like, put themselves back together like this. They weren't doing that earlier. They weren't putting themselves back together. They were taking damage from attacks and kind of like healing from them. So that's a little weird for me, but outside of that, whatever. Is that they definitely were, like, taking these attacks different earlier. I mean, it's definitely a heart. Their soul could be in there. You're right. Definitely. I mean, you know, you need, I mean, that's the thing, right? I feel like that would, you know, your soul, wherever it's at, whether it's in their heart or it's just clinging to their body, it's a given that their soul is most likely still with them. If they're, like, you know, because that makes you who you are and all that sort of stuff, and on a certain level, right? So that's what I was thinking. Like, it's like some Gecko Moria shit. Because I said this before. You probably, I don't know if you heard me, but I said this in a different video. I think it's directly similar to Gecko Moria, and how he had these bodies on ice, and he, as long as he repairs the vessel, right, the body itself, there's no soul inside the body. He had dead bodies, right? If he repairs the body, like he stitches the heart back up, makes sure all the blood vessels are connected again, right, and then he puts the arms and reattaches the arms back together, right? As soon as he puts a soul, aka life, back inside the body can start to work again, because it's a function, you know, the body is a functional body aside from the fact that there's no soul in it, right? That's my idea of how I see it, right? It's a functional body, it's healthy, but there's just no soul in it. Whoever was in there died. You put somebody else's soul in there, since it's a good body, it works, right? You get that heart pumping again, they can come back. I think it's similar with this. Whatever process that made them lose their original heart, whether it be because they're exchanging their lifespan, and, you know, after your lifespan is up, your heart stops, right? Maybe they put a fake heart in there, so the body can still have blood pumping through it. And then, since the, you know, the soul consciousness is in there, they can use the body again. That's just how I think about it. I don't know. But you're right. There's got to be a soul involved for a fact. There's got to be one, unless Emu just owns their soul. Like he's just lending them their soul. Like I don't think Emu's doing that. I don't think he's stealing souls though. That's what Big Mom was directly doing. The way Emu like is, you know, he's stealing lifespan. Like you might as well say he's slowly breaking down somebody's soul in that way too, right? If he's stealing your lifespan. Yeah, because I definitely think Emu, like, you know, hockey is linked to all that stuff, you know. That's part of what the word means. So it's like your spirit, your life force, your willpower, all that sort of stuff, the kind of intangible things. So maybe the heart is beaten with hockey in it, right? Who knows? Maybe it's beaten with some hockey inside of it, and that's his core. That's what's giving him power. His soul engine. Right? He got a soul engine right there. But man, I feel like Emu's like, it just speaks a lot of different shit now, man. He just completely took a different form when he went down to the lower world. And I want to know exactly, like specifically, I want to know exactly what they were trying to say. They said something like, oh, I got it right here. They said, okay, Emu said, I'm about to leave. And they said, but great Emu, in the lower world, you are, right? He was about to say something. In the lower world, you are, and then, you know, Garland said, but we do not have the right to stop the Great One. But still, if Great Emu leaves this castle, and they no need to say it, we all know. They just kept cutting that off. Like they were about to say something. They said, but if he leaves, stop it. But Great Emu, in the lower world you are, don't say it, right? What were they about to say? Like, obviously, I think it's related to what we just saw. He's like coughing up blood and all the other stuff, and like he took on his true form. But I don't want to just have to like guess, you know. I want to know a clear answer. What were they about to say? In the lower world, history remembers you. I don't know what the fuck going on. Like, I need to know. In the lower world, you're gonna take your true form, so the people at Elbath are gonna recognize like what's happening. In the lower world, your body takes on an illness and you become mortal, or you become immortal down there. Like, now you're human down there. Like, what's going on? I need to know what they were about to say. What else were they about to say? In the lower world, you are too strong, so you turn the landscape into demons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been any of the stuff that we just saw that they were referring to. In the lower world, your haki is exposed. But that what the fuck would that even mean? It's something. There's something about that. There's something about it though. Man, we're gonna find out. And I like how Oda had us flash back to, like, I guess not just emu moments. They weren't all emu moments, but these were all like crucial points in the story, like the important parts of the story. And he even threw Harold in there. So we got Roger talking about the One Piece, when the One Piece started, right? All that sort of stuff started. We got Neptune being born, being mentioned, right? Poseidon Neptune had a daughter. That's, Poseidon. Said Neptune being born. But they're talking about Whitebeard. Emu saying it's all preordained. We've been knowing this. We knew it. This is a history that's gonna connect. Monkey D. Luffy, Harold's son, Poseidon, who Loki is most likely talking to. We ain't forget about that, right? Shaggy might be Shirahoshi. She might be here Shirahoshi, because they told Neptune that his daughter was like Shaggy and hairy like him. So and he said what? Or he said she's gonna be. He's like, bro, come on, bro, don't say that about my daughter. So we know that might be her nickname. And yeah, man, I might wrap the stream up in a second though. There's nothing much else to say. Y'all got anything else to say? Because I don't. You know what I'm saying? No more comments. Any more theories? Any more ideas? Chopper, I think Chopper, like I said before, they're gonna just kind of gloss over what he did. They're not gonna mention what the fuck that was, like why he could slap. Maybe, right? Maybe since Emu was here, we're gonna get that type of moment that we always need, that exposition. He's gonna look at Chopper and say, oh shit, that talking deer, that's just like the creature who protected the forest god's forest. That's the arbiter of the forest god. Maybe Emu, like, we got a full title for Emu, right? We got a full title for Emu. And actually, let me say this too, right? Emu, since his title was revealed, we didn't get like any mentioning of him being a forest god or anything like that. No relation to any of that stuff, right? No weird title or name that we never really seen before. With this, all the stuff we kind of seen before, except for the power named the devil's fruit, right? We haven't seen that before in reference to anybody or Emu. Power, the devil's fruit. That's his power. That's not his devil fruit. Think about that. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. His devil fruit is not the devil's fruit. His power is called the devil's fruit, right? So this it sounds like a play on words almost. And I'm thinking two things. Either it does have a connection to that forest devil that they were talking about, right? The forest god, right? The forest god. And when they said the forest god gave birth to devils or some shit like that in the Elbaf Marley mural, I forgot what they said exactly, but I'm sure y'all remember, right? So they said the forest god gave birth to devils, or handed some devils out or some shit like that. I don't know. Spread the devils, right? I think this could be connected to that. If his power is the devil's fruit, he might be the one. He might be able to create devil fruits, or his power in and of itself is what the devil fruits are like. How do I say it, bro? How do I say it? Like, the nature of the devil fruits and why they have the name devil in them, like he is that like I don't know how to say it, like. So yeah, if he's just not the forest devil, let me just say it like this: if he's not the forest devil himself, then he's probably created by him. You know, I guess I'm trying to say that he's created by the forest devil or some shit like that. His power was directly granted by the forest devil. He didn't eat a devil fruit. He was given that power of the devil, right? That's the type of thing I was trying to say, but I was saying it in reverse, so it didn't make any sense. And then the horns on his head, just like the giants. Okay, what if we get this connection of how people like Emu were some of the first people that existed, ancient people? Because I was calling him a Lunarian, but you know, like that's why I went with the Lunarian thing earlier. He looks like a Lunarian, but he's a like a devil version of them, and the Lunarians are like kind of like angel people, right? That's what I'm saying. So like, and then we don't see his wings. His wings aren't there. He has a spiky devil tail and horns on his head. It's like, it's different. He's got some Illuminati Millennium Puzzle shit going on. Yeah. He's got these horns on his head like the ancient giants do. What if all the ancient giants are his descendants? Because his horns look like Loki's right here. In this picture. He's got like the Loki horns going on. I don't know, man. I'm just throwing out a speculation because I'm thinking too much bullshit. Man. I might have to like, you know, make a proper video. Sit down and think about this for a little bit. Oh, you know what? I do notice, right? I did notice because, like I said, his hair was like Joy Boy's. Maybe I didn't mention fully because I said it was white, but not that it's just white. The fact that it's curly and wavy and kind of puffy like a cloud too. That is also why I think he has a connection to Joy Boy. I mean, well, Nika, right? So let me say this in plain terms, right? Emu and Nika, they could have been siblings. They could have been siblings. Or they could have been just members of this race that looks similar. The same race of people. Nika probably has more of a Lunarian feature set, right? He could have wings, white hair, brown skin. Emu has horns, a devil's tail, white hair, brown skin. Maybe it's like that. The flames behind him are like, they're dark flames with eyes in them. He has clouds back there too, or there's probably fire too, but the clouds look like flames. And he has definitely, for a fact, that's a ring of fire behind him, and that staff he has is on fire. So you know what I mean? So I think it's like this is another race. This is just the devil race. That's what they're probably called. You know, the race are probably just called devils. And we're gonna get that revelation because Oda did say, remember, he did say he has yet to draw the devil. I think he just drew the devil. If you're asking me, I think he just drew the devil. I think he did. He's got a crazy weapon too. Yeah, he definitely just drew the devil. He's got that Joy Boy Nika hair, right? So I think he's still going, Oda's still obviously going with the theme, the black and the white. Nika is the white half. He's the white half of Emu's black, right? Emu's the black half. Nika is the white half. I'm not using Joy Boy because, you know, Nika was before Joy Boy. So obviously if Imu is older than the voice entry, which I assume he is, right? I assume he's way older than the voice entry and he hates Nika. He was around back in Nika's time. That's why that's how this rivalry started. This whole story probably started like many stories do. When you zoom back and go back in time, it started with a simple two people or some shit like that, right? Like in Full Metal Alchemist, all this shit is going on, and you zoom the story all the way back. It started with a dwarf in a flask. You know what I mean? It started with something so simple. A little dwarf in a flask and a man who was a scientist. And then through this story, a whole bunch of shit branches off, right? So I feel like it's gonna be some shit like that, like with the, you know, not exactly. Don't take this one, you know, like it's an exact comparison, but like some, like when Naruto went back, and you see it starts up with like Hashirama and Madara, or it starts up with you know, just these two people. It's like this is the beginning, like Indra, Ashura, they're, you know, I forgot the other guy's name, Hagoromo and his brother. Like, I guess that's further back, right? Hagoromo, his brother, just these two people, right? Kaguya and the one dude. This one story with just between two people starts this whole thing. I think it's gonna be like Nika and Imu. They're doing their thing back in the day. Maybe Imu lived in the forest. Joy Boy was running around causing trouble. They started hating each other. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they lived in a society and this dude right here, the devil, wanted to change stuff. He thought we needed order. He thought everything needed rules. And Nika was like, bro, nah, just do what you want to do. Live free. Who knows? It could have started like that. And then ever since that day, Imu's been trying to create the world government, but Nika's been there to stop him until Joy Boy died with the Nika fruit inside of him. And he finally was able to create the world government. I don't know. But I think that's my last, like, bullshit I gotta say. I ain't much else to say again, like I said. So I will be chopping this whole stream up. You said, was Lunarians not the original gods? I mean, yeah, I guess they were called gods too, but yeah, that's why it makes so much sense that Imu looks like this too, right? Oh, let me read the rest of what you said though. If devil fruit was born from man's desire and Lunarians, what people believe gods were 900 years ago. I mean, 900 years ago, I think they were just, yeah, throughout history, that's like the legend and rumor of them. And the devil fruit will the devil fruit take on their form? I wouldn't know about that, because then that's like saying there's a Lunarian devil fruit. And as far as we know, there is no Lunarian devil fruit. Like, you know, there's no devil fruit that turns you into a Lunarian. They got devil fruits that turn you into a giant. You know what I'm saying? But there's no, and they got devil fruits that turn you into a human. Oh, you're saying would Lunarians not take on the traits of devil fruits? Because you said, will the devil fruits not take on their form? But yeah, I feel like, because we know that the Lunarians lived on top of the red line, right? We don't know how far back they go. But Imu's appearance right here that we see, that's the thing that brings the Lunarians kind of up into the conversation in the first place, because that's the only other race of people we know with brown skin and white hair. And they have flames behind them. He has a flame behind him. Brown skin and white hair, but he looks, there's a lot of stuff different about him, obviously, you know, from a regular Lunarian. So like, maybe since Lunarians are just like they're an ancient race, people could be descendants of them largely, you know what I mean? We don't even know, like. But yeah, what you're saying here though with the whole devil fruit thing, I thought I think I understand what you're saying, but like, yeah, there's definitely a connection with this dude right here in devil fruits though. Because it's like, look at his power is named the devil's fruit, right? If he's not creating them, if he wasn't creating them back then, right? Then what the hell is going on? Was he born? That's what I was saying. Could he have been born from like the same thing that was creating devil fruits? He has a connection to it. There's no way. Devil fruits are born from the human's desires. There's a lot of questions about that one. A lot of questions. Because like, who's to say that Lunarians couldn't have dreamt up devil fruits too, right? I know Vegapunk said human desires, but what if it's, you know, kind of just like the desires of man in general too, like just the people who live here, not just specifically the human race. Everybody got desires and dreams, but you know, who knows? But it is a lot of stuff in question, man. A lot of stuff in question. His power being the devil's fruit by itself. And it's not labeled, his devil fruit is the devil's fruit, right? It's not a devil fruit. He doesn't have a devil fruit. That's not what this is called. His power is the devil's fruit. So I feel like that's telling us something. It's not just like the name of it. I feel like it's a play on words. You know what I mean? It's a play on words. And I don't think it's like it's telling us that his power itself is this forbidden thing that he obtains. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to kind of say earlier. I didn't know how to say it, but his power itself is this forbidden thing that he obtained, similar to how the devil fruits, which I think, by the way, the world government probably started labeling them that, right? As we most likely know, they started calling them devil fruits in the first place to like deter people from wanting to eat them, just so they could think they're kind of evil and bad, you know. And they used to, you know, people, you know, if you eat 2 of them, your body's gonna explode, all that sort of shit, right? So I feel like the title of his power is trying to tell us something bigger. I don't know what the hell it is, but like we're thinking of, it's obviously related to devil fruits, but in what way? Because I don't think he has a devil fruit. He's associated with them in some way. Like I said, the same power that gives devil fruits their power and their nature, he is of that. You know what I mean? He is from that shit somehow, or he's directly stolen that shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. He's directly stolen the power that gives devil fruits power. However the devil fruits were made, because maybe, who knows, if it was a person directly, like the mural says, the forest god, you know, did something, gave birth to the devils or whatever, people could have been praying to him, quote unquote, and he just gave them the fruits based on what it is they wanted. He could have been handing devil fruits out like wishes. I wish I was this tall. Here you go. Eat this. But you can never go mess with the sea god. Or maybe the sea god just, I don't know, who knows, bro, right? Because, you know, the sea rejects you. That's a thing, too. The sea rejects you. I need to see next chapter. Imu is definitely going to mention something directly to Luffy when he sees Joy Boy. He's going to mention something to Loki. He might even just start monologuing and say something out loud. You know what I mean? Because, like, what if the reason why he started coughing up blood when he came down here has something to do with some pact that was made back in the day? Because we know the devil fruit eaters and users are rejected by the sea. What if he's rejected by the land? Like, all the land below? Like, who knows? I don't know. There's too much shit going on. Too much shit going on, man. This is crazy. He reminds me of he also reminds me of a character from thinking of Blue Exorcist. Yeah, actually, Satan himself from Blue Exorcist, a little bit. Not in the face, but like just his whole appearance. I think I'm gonna get out of here. I was trying to read that question again because I don't know if I'm just like reading it wrong or like you said was. I mean, you kind of did start off already with some bad like grammar right there. So was Lunarians not the original gods? If devil fruits was born from man's desire and Lunarians was what people believe gods were 900 years ago, will the devil fruits not take on their forms? Okay, I'm gonna interpret that different because I just read it again, and maybe you saying this, right? Are you saying that, okay, so you're saying that the devil fruits being born from the desires of man and Lunarians from all those years ago, would the devil fruits not like manifest as what they think gods are? I mean, most likely, right? I get, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. I think, right? Because if you think about it, I feel like that's already implied. Think about it, right? That's kind of implied with Nika, right? Who else could dream of a Nika fruit if they don't know about Nika's existence? You know what I mean? So you saying it becomes a trait, you mean like just the individual devil fruit powers? I thought you meant like kind of like what I was about to say right there, because we have god devil fruits. We have devil fruits that are certain gods that we know of. Like, you know, as far as Nika goes, the looks. So now you throw me off again. So it becomes a trait. No, the looks. So what looks? The look of the devil fruit looks like a god, or the traits that people inherit from the devil fruit, are you saying, are different aspects of a god in the past? Okay, well, okay. The white hair and the flames. Well, like I was saying, like you can't really attribute that to other devil fruits because no other devil fruit does that for you. You know what I mean? Luffy's devil fruit makes his hair white because he is already eating. He's already eaten a devil fruit of a god. What the image of a god. So that Luffy's fruit is directly what you're talking about. The traits of his devil fruit that he gets when he goes into Gear 5th are the direct result of his devil fruit being a devil fruit that is in the form of a god. You know, it was dreamt up by whoever, you know, we're all, you know, we're saying all this assuming Vegapunk's theory about how the devil fruits is true, like how the devil fruits were made is true, right? They're all made by dreams and desires, right? So whoever dreamt up the Nika fruit had to have obviously seen and know about Nika. The other devil fruits, just any other random devil fruit, no, I don't think that doesn't apply to that. Somebody had to have known about something, but then again, you got to think about it. Some of these devil fruits are just dreams and desires, so that's why some of the powers are so wacky and whimsical, because they're not really based on anything that somebody's seen in particular. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, there's a lot of them that are like becoming a giant. maybe nobody has ever seen a giant before. Whoever, back in the day, maybe they didn't see a giant and that fruit was just made because they just had the idea of wanting to be giant. Maybe somebody saw a giant and said, yo, I would like to be a giant. And that was like a desire, right? Some other fruits, there's no way somebody saw a man breathing underwater, right? I'm not, okay, maybe considering Fishman. But I'm trying to find one that's like, one of those type of dreams, because there are some devil fruits like that. Like you didn't see anybody do that. You didn't see anybody turn their body into electricity. But you had the desire and the dream of, I want a electric zap zap fruit, whatever the hell Anil's fruit was called, right? So that happens, right? But yeah, Luffy's fruit is directly what you're talking about. And any other devil fruit that's a god, or that might be a god, yeah, they get the traits of that god. But other people, other devil fruits, I haven't seen any devil fruit that gave somebody like Lunarian features, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that. White hair. So yeah. And this dude is just like, he has, that's the thing that's like in between. Yeah, like only god fruits, that's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, but like we only know of one god fruit. Yeah, because you're kind of just asking like about fruits in general and the traits they have. Well, like, no, not necessarily. Only the fruits that are like actually supposed to be a god. I think the reason why, I mean, well, as we know, he can leave it, right? They didn't want him to, because that's what I was trying to figure it out earlier, right? I was kind of trying to break it down like that. So we know he can leave it. They didn't want him to because of something bad, right? And I was just saying this earlier, like they all were about to say something. We never got them to the full sentence. They said, but Great Emu in the lower world, you are. And then they said, if Great Emu leaves this castle, right? And then they got cut off. So I was thinking based on this sentence right here, but Great Emu in the lower world, you are. I don't know exactly what it can mean, but we seen that he coughed up blood and his whole appearance actually changed. It's not like this shrouded black figure that we see just like got revealed. No, his whole appearance changed. He transformed when he went down there. I think that was clear. His body was in pain. Now I'm linking the idea of him going down to the lower world to the celestial dragons wearing the bubbles over their head. So I think the modern day celestial dragons, they keep bubbles over their head because it's like, it's a habit. It's a part of their culture. I think Emu can't go down to the lower world and should be wearing a bubble over his head because the air down there actually just doesn't mess with him. Like, it's like he gets sick down there. It's like the lower land rejects him, or his body's rejecting the lower land. I feel like it's something like that. I don't know if it's a curse. I don't know if it's just like once he leaves the castle, his true form is forced out of him, so he's in a lot of pain. But I was trying to figure it out earlier, man. I was trying to figure it out. I don't know for sure. Yeah, that's the biggest plot point. That's one of them. I feel like, I mean, yeah, that is definitely like probably the biggest one. I'm trying to think of like what else, but yeah, that's probably the biggest one. Like, I don't know, man, oh man. Let me go back. Did they say anything else that was kind of yeah, they said you should not leave Pangea Castle. You should not leave. You said Oda just gave him asthma and the lower air being toxic to him led to that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it might be something like that, maybe. Because it feels like, you know, obviously the other ones, they don't need that. Doflamingo and his family went down to the lower world, but they look nothing like Emu, right? So maybe that's like a cultural habit and idea, like, oh, the lower world is poison to us because it actually used to be poison to them. You know what I mean? It was really like that. And I feel like there's definitely something bigger at play with the fact that once he went down to the lower world, he was kind of forced out of that facade of a form. You feel me? It's like he was forced. It's like, okay, maybe. I forgot. I did say this earlier. This definitely is something I think. I don't know why I didn't say this. I think also, since Emu is like in this black shadowy form, that might be Haki, or it might just be whatever darkness shit that he has going on, right? This devil power. He might just be a manifestation of devil energy and power when he's in Pangea Castle. I feel like this black body that we see is like the formless Emu, right? And I feel like when he goes down to lower world, he's forced back into his physical form. You know what I mean? He's forced back into a physical form entirely. He goes from being this shadowy, intangible thing to now being a mortal. He's a mortal, not immortal, but he's a mortal now. He is pretty much a human now, right? Not a human, but you know, he has a physical body now. I think that's what happened. He was forced to have a physical body once he went down there. Yeah, and like when he's up there, it's like his soul form. Like I said, it's like Haki, because Haki, we know the word is like, you know, your spirit and willpower and all those sort of intangible things that's a part of, like, you know, the human and stuff like that, right? Your energy. And I also think, you know, obviously Haki has like a level to like emotion in it and all that sort of energy in it, right? So yeah, I think Emu was like this shadowy Haki body form thing. This is not a physical presence or body. But when he goes down to the lower world, like a god, oh, yo, it's probably exactly like that. It's probably exactly like that. Like how in a lot of stories and stuff, a god, I don't know if y'all read Berserk or something like that, but it's in a lot of other stuff too, right? Often the gods, when they're up in their other realm, so the red line is like a different realm for Emu. That's why they actually refer to the lower world as like the lower world. He's in the upper world. He's in a different realm, technically, right? So while he's in that realm, he's in his godly, what's the word I'm looking for? He's in his like godly metaphysical form, right? He's not in the corporeal form. So since he's up there, he's like in this intangible thing, this body of energy, like how most gods are and stuff. They're just a consciousness that can, you know, speak down to the lower world. Like when Griffith becomes Femto, he can't himself. He cannot just come down to the lower world. He's a different existence. He needs a vessel. He needs a physical body to live and actually interfere with the realm that we live in. So I think literally when he zaps down as this mass of energy and Haki, he starts to materialize a human vessel. Like, you know, the old vessel he probably had. And that's why it came with a bunch of pain and shit like that. Yep. He says physical body morphed into that over time. Dude, yeah, I was just about to say, I feel like, yeah, see, you on the right track with me. Because I feel like, yeah, Emu entity versus the real body. So I feel like he like achieved this form of like, he doesn't need a physical body. Or, you know, he doesn't need these things. But when he goes back down to the lower world, he's in risk of like mortality, man. He's at risk of mortality. So his weakness could be the fact that he can have a human form. He can have a physical form. That's his weakness. But he's probably super strong like this because he can physically do things as well. So it's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? So it's a double-edged sword. He can physically do things, and things can be physically done to him now. That's the downside. Since he's made himself a player in this game, like he's immortal now. He's a human. Like he's down here in the lower realms. He's down here in Midgard, right? He's down here in the lower realms with the people, with the corporeal beings, like with the physical existence of man. He's down here. He's no longer up there as this ethereal entity body. Yeah, he's not an entity. I guess that's one of the words I was looking for earlier. He's not like a fucking entity. This thing that exists with barely a physical form. Now he goes down there and he can bleed, as we just saw. Now he can bleed. It's yet like, there you go. He's vulnerable now, right? Now Imu can bleed. He has flesh and blood again. There you go. Imu has flesh and blood again. When he's up there, he doesn't have it. For whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe the land of the red line. This is what I'm thinking of, right? The land of the red line is kind of like the old country, right? This is how, like the land that he's standing on, and probably the exact spot that he's standing in with the Eve tree, right? With the Eve tree. What if that's where him and Nika first met? Like this is where he grew up. Like this part of the land, this is where people all used to live. Like this is where everything started. So that's why he's kind of rooted to that spot with his power in that sense, like his full power or whatever it is that he's achieved to do this. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. MVP of the arc is definitely Usopp. Yeah. Yep. If Usopp just rage baited Imu into making himself vulnerable, which is like basic, yeah, that's what he basically just fucking did, right? And it felt like that before. Like I seen people saying that too a little bit before, and I felt like that because it's like, oh, yo, last chapter ended with Imu saying, "I'm coming down there." It's like, oh, what Usopp? Now he's going against what he told Usopp. He said, "Oh, a ruler does not get thy hands dirty," and now you're going down there. So what's that mean? His hands about to get dirty. His hands about to get dirty. So once they feed Luffy some food, I want to see his interaction with Luffy, because I want to see a little flashback of Imu thinking about Nika. Joy Boy too, he can think about Joy Boy, because you know he met both of them, he knows both of them. But since we obviously know that Imu predates Joy Boy too. I'm sure Joy Boy was reminding him of Nika, and now Luffy's reminding him of Joy Boy, but he's also Nika, right? They can't just forget that. They call him Nika multiple times, and he's been called Joy Boy by separate people. So I just need to see that too, man. I need to see that. We know what's going on. We know this history repeating itself, man. Yeah, I think now that we just talked about that, I think I'm confident that that's exactly what they were trying to tell Imu. I think that I'm confident now. Y'all made me think about it more, and we all in here on the same track. Like, I'm confident what they were about to say. Imu said, right here, I'll show you the words. He said, "The Holy Land I leave to thee. But great Imu, in the lower world you are," I think they're going to say something along the lines of, "In the lower world you're exposed. In the lower world you are human." You know what I'm saying? In the lower world you are not a god anymore. Probably not that, but you know what I mean. It's gonna be there, man. They're gonna say something. We're gonna finish the rest of that later. You said you don't think that he has a black blade? Who, Emu? Oh, because of how his sword looks. I mean, honestly, would he even need one? You know what I mean? Like, does he even need one? You know what I'm saying? Would he even need one? I mean, I get you. I get what you mean. Like, you know, this blade right here. There you go. You see it, the squiggly blade. But like, would he really need one? Let's think about that. Like, borrow some paint. You might need some paint, man. But Mihawk, I don't know. Mihawk and Donald Trump was fighting over the black paint bucket. Mihawk's fighting anybody over that black paint bucket, so he's got to box Mihawk first. But the black blade, I'm thinking like, he probably, you know what? He probably just like coats his blade black in the middle of the battle with hockey, or he probably doesn't even need a black blade. Whatever the hell this sword is, this fucking scimitar, spear, scepter. Okay, staff. The staff, scepter, scimitar, spear, right? Whatever the fuck this is that he has with flames coming out the back end of it, I think he's good, bro. I think he's good. If his skin is red, that'd be cool. But it is true, right? Okay, so now listen, let me say this about the skin color, because you know, obviously we know that sometimes just looking at the black and white, you get tricked. He could look right now. Honestly, he could have his pants could be yellow and purple stripes with some red pants on, and he has like a Elbaf style belt on him. I didn't even notice that. But he could have all sorts of weird ass colors on him, with a black cape with the orange symbol on it. It could be a bunch of bullshit going on, right? For all we know. Oh, by the way, the symbol on his shoulder, on his cape, is the mark of the abyss symbol. With the skull, with not skull, but with the crossbones, with the horns coming out of it. That's the same shit Harold had on. But yeah. So skin color, right? If it's not the obvious color, being brown, like the Lunarians and stuff, right? If he's not brown and his hair is not white, then we got a couple other options to go through. Like his skin could be red like a devil. Like it could be red just like Or's back in the day. You know what I mean? Or what if his skin is green or blue? Yeah, it could be some weird shit now. You said that's Rox's belt? Damn. That'd be wild if he just stole his shit like that. We need a closer look on his design. He has some stuff. He has some boots on, it looks like. He got white shoes on. He got this ring around his belt. He has 3 skulls around him. And how big is he? You know what I mean? Like, how big is he? I want to see, like, how big is he? Is he like, think about it. He could be like Kizaru's height. Kizaru's a big dude. He could be like Kizaru's height. He could be like some of them other tall, big people. That's just, you know, the idea I'm talking about, right? Not a giant, but he could be like some of those other tall, big people. He could stand in front of Luffy and tower over him like Doflamingo, or even taller. Or Katakuri, you know what I'm saying? He could be standing over Luffy like Katakuri's height, or some shit like that. So, this dude could be tall as hell, first of all. I'm gonna give you a couple combinations, right? I might even like drop a post on the channel like later on today or tomorrow, and I'll give 3 different colorings of what I think his colors could be. Maybe 4, right? Red skin would be cool. Red skin would be cool. His skin could be like orangish for all we know. What if he had like some orange Piccolo skin going on? Man, I don't think it would be orange though. I'm just playing with that. But yeah, I think if it's not brown, red, Red is a possible option. Okay. Yeah, it is a giant's castle. And he's standing on top of it like, oh yeah, it's like relatively normal to him. He looks like a person on a normal roof, right? Yeah, I was thinking of like red or blue, like skin color, like you know, like a darkish kind of blue, right? Darkish palish blue, and like you're saying, like a darkish brownish red, pale, you know, dark color. I was thinking those two because most of the time those are like the two colors. Like maybe it's the Japanese mythology thing or whatever, but those are like the two colors used for the demons, the ogres, you know, the oni. So it's a red oni and a blue oni. You know what I'm saying? Just like Dorian Broggy, red and blue. What if he looks like Yamato? I mean, what would you mean by that? Yamato just already doesn't look anything like him. Yamato looks nothing like him already. And this dude, like, he has like tattoos, bro. Oh man, we gotta figure out where these tattoos are from. He has a super long devil tail. That's the tail he was hitting Sabo with, like I said earlier. This is crazy. I might have to end this stream, man. I might have to end the stream and like chop this video up out of the stream. I don't know. If not, I'll be sitting here talking about this for like 3 hours. Yeah, but you could say he hasn't seen sunlight. I mean, well, technically, if, you know, he was up there in a non-physical body, that wouldn't even matter, right? And there is a window in the flower room. The flower room gets sunlight. That's how the flowers are alive, you know? So there you go. You got both covered already. That he was up there and presumably what I believe it wasn't even a physical body. That shadow form, because that's the same shadow that pops up outside of Roxanne. Yeah, so yeah, this is just him. He got his physical body back when he went down to the lower world. That's what we're sticking with, okay? You can't forget that. He got his physical body back, and it's like a curse. You know, it's like a detriment to him. This is a negative for him. Being back in a physical body that could possibly die. Or some shit like that, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. It's the natural tan, man. Some people just born like that. Some people are born with a natural tan, I guess, right? Like Rocks and Teach, right? Rocks, Teach, and Usopp are just born with a natural tan. Oh, there you go. Listen, y'all might have to let me go, man, because we'll be talking about this. I mean, what else? What else we got though? Yeah, anything else? Like anything else? Any other questions? Some shit like that? I don't know, man, because I can talk about this for like 3 hours, but like, yeah, I'm not trying to. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up soon. All right, man, and enjoy your night too, man. If it's nighttime where you at, I don't know. It's still, the sun is still out for me. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my night too. I guess, yeah. I guess it's time to lock it down. Let me scroll through. Oh yeah, the evil houses, right? Let me just mention again. That's the Nika connection. Outside of his appearance with the hair, because his hair looks like Nika. It's like the wavy with the swirls in it, and it's probably white, right? But outside of that, this dude made things around him start dancing and singing with the sound of a drum-like, probably heartbeat. Probably was a heartbeat. It's like the evil Nika dance. Like, what's the explanation for that? Like, I feel like some of the Elbathians, some of the giants, will be able to answer some of that for us or talk about it. Like, they'll be able to tell us, oh, we got the legends of the Dark Nika. This is just like the Dark Nika legends, or the Nika that destroys. The drums of destruction versus the drums of liberation. There you go. One was a destroyer, one was a liberator. The drums of destruction. But yeah, this is crazy. He turned all the living plants and is this the domain reverse of like physical objects? Why only physical objects? You know what I mean? Did he just domain reverse a bunch of trees and plants instead of like people? Could he not domain reverse people? Like with this summoning circle? Who knows? But the fact that something that looks like wings sprouted outside of his back, but we didn't see any, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what it could have been. We'll find that out though too. We'll find that out. But yep, this time I'm actually for real. I'm out, yo. I'm out. I'm gonna see y'all around. Probably for the next I'll do another One Piece video. I gotta think of some other stuff to start covering because I read a lot of other shit and I watch a lot of other shit, but I never really made videos on it. So I might, I'm gonna figure some other stuff out to make videos on. But I'm out.